All right, so looking at this drawing here, I'm going to start with these legs, which are 2 inches in diameter and they're 18 inches tall. So what I'll do then is I'm going to open my Fusion. I'm going to be in design and I'm going to go ahead and select the create sketch. All right, there it is. And so all I want to do is select, I'm on the top. I just want to select the bottom. And then I'm just going to, with my mouse, I just want to be on the top view. And I'm going to just draw a circle and I'm going to type in 2. All right, that's the diameter. And so there it is. So I've got 1. Now, if I'm looking at my drawing, the next, the leg here is, I got to do the math, Elaine. I hate doing the math here. So the whole thing is 12 plus 9. All right, so we got
21.
21. And so I minus an inch inside it. So it's 19 inches, I think, from the center of the leg.
Yeah, that's with 19 inches.
So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take a line and I'm going to just type in 19 and push enter. And this is going to be like a template. So I'll make another leg here. I'll type in 2. And then, I mean, this is honestly, the math I think is the hardest thing here, right? Just figuring out all the space here. And then the back of this chair, we said is back of the chair. Sorry, come on. Back of the chair total is 18 inches. So 18 minus 2 is 16 inches. So I'll come over here, 16 inches. Hopefully this is right. Type in 16, 1, 6, come on. Okay, and then I'll come down.
I think it's supposed to be 18.
Is it 18? So 12 plus, the whole thing is 18, right? 12 plus 6 is 18, and then I add 1 inch and 1 inch.
It is 16, it is 16.
Yeah, it's 16. I think I'm good.
16, yeah.
All right, so then I'm going to make another leg here. I'll type in 2. That's not a leg, it's just a circle. Type in 2, enter. And so let's look at this in 3D, what we have here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of these lines. I don't need them. And I'm going to just extrude these legs. So I'll say finish. I'll go extrude. I'll select 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just type in, I think we said that the legs are 18 inches tall. I'll type in 18, make sure it says new body and push OK. And so there are my legs. All right, so now what I need to do, I made 4 legs. I just need to make the seat and the back. And I'm going to follow a very similar method. So I'll go to the top view here. And I'm going to make a chair. The back seat is actually, I should have done a better job on this CAD. This is, there's a 1 inch back there. So the whole thing is 12 plus 8 is 20 inches by, because there's a 1 inch back, if you look. So it's 20 inches by 18 inches. So I'm going to make a rectangle here. So I'll do the same thing. I'll just select this as my plane and I can actually just eyeball it. I don't even need to, 18. Let me look at my, is that right here? Yeah. So that's right. So just like that. All right. And I'll say finish sketch. And now I'll go into 3D. I'll click that home and I'll hit extrude, select this, and I'm gonna go up, new body. I type in 1, make sure it says new body, defaults. All right, say okay. All right, so there's my seat. And now I just need to make the back. So I'll actually go to the back view here on this cube.
You got a cut there.
Yeah, I don't, Elena, you weren't supposed to see that. All right, why did that happen? Let's try that again. Yeah, so Elena, why is that happening? Let's turn these chairs, interesting that did it. Let's just turn those bodies off. I'll extrude this 1 inch. Why is that there still? All right, Elena, why is that happening?
When you selected the plane, it kind of just like.
Is that what it's doing?
Shaped it, yeah.
Okay, so I think I can still do it. Usually I just, I think we got it. 1, new body, okay. Let's turn those, the other thing I can do is just type in leg here. leg one, and it'll go ahead and number them. And then I'll do the body 5 here. Let's see. All right. Okay, so all right, so let's go and I'll do the back and I'm going to do this. All right, so that worked. Come on, let me change the name here. Lena, why is it not letting me change the name of this? Oh, there it is. I was trying to change extrude. There we go. All right, so leg, and then I'll type in seat. All right. So bear with me, everybody. Okay, now I'll go to the back view here, and I'm going to make the back of this chair. And so the back of the chair is the dimensions. Look at this back here. So it's going to be 12 plus 8 is 20 by 18 inches. So I will go ahead and do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to select my rectangle tool here. I'm going to select the back of this chair. And then I'm going to go ahead and should be, we said 20. There it is, finished sketch. Let's look at it in 3D. And now I'm going to extrude it. So select and I'll extrude it 1 inch. Make sure it says new body and say okay. Lena, I wanted that to be down. Why didn't that go down all the way?
You got to select all the shapes.
All right. Why didn't that go down all the way? I thought I did that right. From the back view here, let's just move it down. So I'll go here. If you need to move it, so I'll go ahead and I'll type this back. All right. If I want to move it, I can right click on it and say move. And I just want to move it down. So I'll grab the arrow. I can actually type in Z. I could either type in Z -1. There it is. All right. Or I could just drag it down. All right. So now the last thing to do on this is I'm going to put a little hole in there. Anybody want to guess why the hole is in the chair? Anybody want to guess? It's so you can move it. All right. So think of a restaurant where they want to grab and move these chairs. So you just grab the back of the hole. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I don't think my drawing shows it, but I'm going to find the set. I'm going to go to the line tool here. I'm going to find the center of the back. It'll snap to it. I'm going to go down 4 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a circle there. That's 4 inches in diameter. Type in 4. And then what I'll do is I'll say finish sketch. I'll go in my 3D. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that hole out. So I don't need that, that line here. And I'll say select that line here. And I'll do the same thing, extrude. This time I want to do the cut. And I'll select this here. And so we want to go, the distance will be, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as it goes through it, I'll say okay. And voila, I have finished the CAD portion of this. And so now what I want to do is I want to go to the render and I select my appearance, and you can do whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and in my appearance, I'm going to select wood. There's wood here. There's usually a lot of woods. There's wood solid. I haven't really, you can play around with this. Finished. Let's try mahogany glossy. You just kind of have to play around with these things. And why is it not showing up? Let's try a different one.
You got to download it.
I got to download it first. Oh, see the arrows. Thank you. So you got to download it if you haven't used it before. Let's just do like, I'll do a 3D. I'll do the ash. Let's see what that looks like. So there it is. I think it should go automatically. Is that right? There it goes. All right. And then, boy, it must be downloading because it's not a really super high quality. I already did the chrome. So if you want to get metal, I did chrome here and I just selected the chrome and then just drag it onto the legs. And that's really the extent of it for this exercise. And so then what I do is I can make an environment or I can render it like this. So I can create a scene. When you go create a scene, you want to make sure that you, in the settings, that you select out of the solid and you say environment. excuse me. And then when I render it, I can pick any, obviously I probably want to do something indoors. So I could pick you just can kind of play around with it. I'll do some sort of a grid light. I don't really know what that's going to look like. There it is. And then I'll go ahead and render it. So you go to the teapot here. I want to render it. You should save it first. So let's go ahead and save this. I'll save this as modern chair. And remember, this is all in the cloud so that if you want to access it later, I'll put it in I think I probably have a modern chair right there, save. And now we're going to render it. The thing about rendering is you don't want to do the cloud because you have to, in theory, you pay for it, even though as students you get it for free. I can do a standard and that's probably fine. You'll notice that it's either PNG, JPEG, or TIFF. TIFF is kind of old school. And then I'll render it and I'm done. So let's go render it. It'll take on the bottom, it'll show us rendering. It takes a couple moments. I click on this and it'll come up. And then this is what I will download. And then that's what I will do for the grade. So I know that was really rather quick on my end. So when it's done though, let's go ahead and do this all the way through. It should appear, I think it's good, process. So it's still processing. Again, when you do renderings, there's never enough time. All right. So I probably want to crop that. That's a really weird, but then I download it, put it where you want. So I'd say modern chair. And then remember, if you want to add your own logos, I encourage you to do it. So I'm going to just put this in here for now. If you want to add logos, it's not required, but the way you would do that is you would go into your, let's see, where would I do decal? And then I would go ahead and insert it from my computer. So you want to do the PNG. These are, I think I built these with your class. I'd say open, select where I want to put it. I'll put it in the back here and you can, so it's not required you add your logos, but if you want, now it's kind of weird how it's coming out the back too. And so I go there, I'd say, okay, chain fences. I don't know what that means. Elena, do you know what that means? Chain fences?
Not sure.
Okay. And so there it is. It's good. Now I can re-render that if I want. I encourage you to add your logos. It's not required. I'd re-render it. And you can play around with different, sizes. And again, we're not going to do any animations, but you can also do animations if you want. Maybe, we're offering this as a class in the fall, Fusion 360. So I would save this and upload it. I probably wouldn't have that rendering. I'm not really, that logo looks a little silly. So I probably want to just use the initial rendering. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.